COSI's Unofficial Galaxies exhibit aims to take Star Wars fans on a pretty epic journey.
It's one of the largest Star Wars collections in the world, and it's open to the public tomorrow. Cam Fontana joins us live with a preview. Having a great time there, Cam.
And our buddy Joe.
Yeah, Joe's back with us. Here's the best part about COSI. Not only do they bring killer exhibits that are just absolutely incredible, but they want you to learn something from it. So we're going to learn some of the science behind gravitational pulls and magnets. Maybe the way the land speeder would float on the ground.
That's right. We don't have repulsor lifts here in the real world, but we've got something pretty cool. But you're going to have to use the Force.
Okay.
So why don't you put the ring down on here?
All right.
And then we're going to levitate the Force. So I want you to tap into your training, and on the count of 3.
Is this how I do it, Edwin?
Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
There you go. I used the Force. Magic.
That's right. You did it. So we levitated the ring. And I love demonstrations like this that look like magic, but it's even cooler because we can actually understand it and explain what's happening.
If someone's never seen this before, maybe a kid's home from school, some kids are off today, and they see this, they're going, wait, how did you do that, actually?
I know. So it's not touching this at all. It's not connected by any wires. But when I push the button, it sends an electrical current through this big coil of wire, and that creates an electromagnetic force that pushes the metal ring. It's got to be metal. Okay. It's got to be something that conducts electricity.
Now, how did this work earlier? Because we were pulling on this.
So this is like so this is an electromagnet.
Okay.
But it's using the alternating current from the wall. This is a electromagnet that's using direct current just from this battery. And
so
as soon
just
as I plug
this
it in,
tiny little battery.
Yep.
We just pulled it apart.
Yeah, and it's
we're using all of our heavy muscle.
We'll probably pull apart the metal here before we actually pull apart the magnet.
Goodness. And this is really cool because we're inside the exhibit right now, but all throughout, when people come and visit this exhibit, you're going to be in the hallways doing experiments just like this.
Yeah, so we come to COSI, we've got our shows are still going to be going on. We have hallway demonstrations and things like that. And you're probably not going to see someone inside the exhibit because there's a lot to look at in here.
I'm not going to lie. If I'm Edwin, he probably doesn't want to see metal rings flying everywhere as he's just like staring at a C-3PO in person.
Well, but you might think the Dark Lord of the Sith is
right.
Yeah, so, but yeah, like I said, I think, stuff like this is really cool because it does connect to the fantasy technology, like you said, but it's real. And we use electromagnets in all kinds of things. The microphones that we're talking into have a tiny electromagnet. The speaker that you're listening to this with electromagnet. And this device right here, Cameron, I know you like roller coasters.
Yes.
This is very similar to the launch system on modern roller coasters. Exactly.
Gosh, that is so cool.
Yeah.
How excited are you, Joe, to have this Star Wars exhibit here? Like, everyone here is so giddy. I love it.
It's infectious. Just going around here. I've been taking some sneak peeks up here in the exhibit, and I love Star Wars, and so yes, I am very excited.
And all I'm going to say is this is just a fraction. Wait until you see the life-size TIE fighter, X-Wing fighter, the Emperor's throne. We're going to take it all through this morning with you guys. Edwin, what's that?
Tusken Raider.
Tusken Raider. See? He's like my personal tour guide. I don't have to pay $500 at Disney for him.
They go single file to hide their numbers.
See, there you go. You know. I love this. We're going to toss that back to you guys to show you more of Unofficial Galaxies coming up next.
A new exciting Star Wars exhibit making its way to COSI there is.
It's not his fault. It said, use your Yoda voice in the prompter. With that being said, Cam is out at the Unofficial Galaxies exhibit. People are so excited about this happening at COSI. Hey, Cam.
Great Yoda impression you have, Kurt.
That was really good. He did a Yoda impression. The whole time, we didn't know Kurt could do that, and very fitting. Obviously, Unofficial Galaxies opening up. Kelly joining us. And, oh no, Kelly, where are we right now?
Right now, we are in the iconic Battle of Hoth scene, moments before the AT-AT foot comes down to crush Luke Skywalker's
I want to give you a high five because obviously we all know Star Wars, but there's a deeper level of fandom when you start, and I'm not making fun of, but it's like the Battle of Andar under the such and such, and I'm going, wow, you guys know the details, but that's what makes this exhibit so great.
Absolutely. This is a one-of-a-kind exhibit that you can only see here at COSI. This is the first time that all of these parts and pieces have been together in the same place.
Right.
So Unofficial Galaxies, a lot of our in-house fabrication and design team made a lot of this awesome Hoth area that you see.
And I love that, again, we're stepping on it. Great photo opportunities. Get your kids on here. It's touchable. Now, it's very bright, very blue because of the snow. but we're going to make our way this way. And real quick, I know there's so much to show. Interactive elements. You press this, it's the Death Star plans. But we got to move on.
We
There's
got
too
our
much to
galaxy
show.
map.
Oh, what is it? Edwin said it's not. What was that?
Rebel plan.
It's the
It's our
Rebel
galaxy
plans.
map
Edwin's our
here.
live fact check today. But we enter into this room, maybe my favorite, because we're in the dark side.
Yes, we are.
Talk about what's in here, Kelly.
All right, so in this room right here, we have all kinds of costume recreations, all fan costumes here. So you can see the stormtroopers right here in front
And there's
of
a
you.
really cool, almost like Easter egg, because if you look right through here with the effects of the mirror,
you can be a rebel spy,
and it's endless.
and you see all that endless troop of stormtroopers there ahead of you.
Okay, I see Kylo Ren over here.
Sure do. We have
Kylo
our Death
Ren.
Star gunner set.
Yep, and then, I mean, look at this.
We have the Emperor's throne, complete with the Emperor Palpatine himself.
Look how ugly he is
Oh,
with the red light
gosh,
on
he
his
is.
face.
He is
And then one of
something.
my favorite lines he ever says, if Edwin or I or any of my friends I question, we just say, do it.
Perfect.
There you go. We
Yep,
move over
looking
here.
real
And
evil.
maybe one of the two biggest focal points of this entire exhibit.
Boom.
What are we standing in front
We
of right
have
now?
Darth Vader's TIE Fighter Advance.
And this is one of it's the only kind in the world, right?
It is. It was made specifically for our exhibition here at COSI. This is the first time it's been on display. And you can see it is life-size.
It's
and
huge.
It is so impressive to look at that detail up close.
So how long is this going to be here? It opens tomorrow. We're
Yep.
very fortunate to get a sneak peek today.
Absolutely.
But how long do people have to come check it
You
out?
have all summer to come check it out. It closes on September 1st. So
Making
last
it
day for
simple.
September.
And is this in addition to the regular ticket?
It is. So
Got it.
in addition to general admission for members, it is an additional $10 and non-members $15. However, if you go online at cosi.org, you can bundle and save there.
So I'm going to hand you my lightsaber real quick in 15 seconds. Edwin, come this way. We're going from red to green because I do recognize this from Return of the Jedi.
Sure.
Edwin, if you can come over here, check out what you can do. You can jump on a... What's this called?
Edwin.
Speeder bike.
bike.
Watch this, guys. You pull the throttle. We're going through. Hopefully we don't run over any Ewoks. Oh!
He doesn't run over Ewoks.
Be careful, Cam.
Oh my goodness. Don't you need a special license to drive that thing?
The Force is very strong, and this is something you absolutely have to see 3PO for yourself in person. It opens tomorrow here at COSI, and if you're just even slightly familiar with the Star Wars world, this is an incredible collection. To talk more about it, we got Josh joining us from COSI.
Well, hello
Happy
there.
Unofficial Galaxy opening weekend.
That's right. Super exciting. We're opening tomorrow to the public, so come on down and see us. It's a great exhibition.
Now talk about why Star Wars. Obviously, why the perfect fit with COSI and the #1 rated science museum in the country.
That's right. #1 for 5 years. So
Yeah.
it's pretty amazing. But this is a great exhibition for us, highlighting not only the artistry of the exhibition, but the science and technology behind it. And that's what COSI is all about. It's really about educating the public, engaging them, transforming their lives. It's a great exhibition to do so.
And right off the bat, right when you walk in on the other side of Edwin, you kind of walk through what I would imagine is the light speed tunnel. If you run through really fast, you get the same effect. But then you get one of the most iconic scenes right in the first area.
Yep, you walk right into Tatooine, and here you've got the land speeder, you've got Jawas, you name it, from all those great episodes, whether it's episode 1 or episode 4, you name it, we've got it.
How do you bring together so many pieces and fans' collections?
You know, it's about finding the right partners. And
Yeah.
That's what COSI is all about, being that best partner. So whether it's a local artist, a regional group, or nationwide, really, this is an opportunity to showcase their work and bring it right here to Central Ohio.
And how perfect for the summer. I mean, so many families are going to be coming in here. And this is a giant exhibit. About how long should someone plan on walking through this and taking to see everything?
We really expect individuals, you know, those passionate individuals, to spend a few hours in
Yeah.
this exhibition. Others individuals might cruise on right through it, but it's here for a limited amount of time. We expect tickets to sell out, so plan early to come on down and join us before Labor Day.
And there are some pieces we're going to see later on Good Day Columbus that are actual pieces and props from the movie, correct?
That's right, from the movies
Wow.
themselves, and unique pieces that you can't see anywhere else.
And then over on this side, we have a couple more characters. I know, Edwin, you're going to have to help me. I mean, that's not the Mandalorian. Who's that over there?
Jango Fett.
It's Jango Fett. That's what's great. If you can bring Edwin for an extra charge, he'll tell you who every single person is in here. How long is this running, Josh, and how do people get their tickets? Is this included with admission? How does that work?
That's right. We open tomorrow, Saturday, and it's open through Labor Day.
Okay.
So come on down and see it. You do need to purchase your additional ticket, so make sure you do that in advance.
Look at that. Well, we're going to give you a first exclusive look. Edwin, what's this one?
That's Chopper.
Chopper. Edwin, what's this one?
That is, I don't know his name.
Oh, I stumped Edwin. That's probably one of those ones you find in the books or the comics. But Kurt, Katie,
in Return of the Jedi.
He's in Return of the Jedi. We're going to show you one of the most iconic Boba Fett, and even, look at that. What's the big guy's name, Edwin?
Jabba the Hutt.
Jabba the Hutt.
Oh, yeah.
Don't
I
go
did know
anywhere.
that.
Yeah, that's the one I know, too. I remember that.
And welcome back to Good Day Columbus, everybody. Arguably one of the most popular characters, or villains, if you will, in sci-fi and movie history. Jabba the Hutt hanging out behind us. On the complete other end of the spectrum, someone very sweet joins us now, is Michaela. How are you doing, Michaela?
I'm good. How are you?
Love this. We're live here at the brand new Unofficial Galaxies exhibit. Opens tomorrow. But of course, with COSI, there's always teaching the science behind what people love. What are you going to demonstrate right here?
Yeah, so right here we have our little portable Tesla coil. It was invented by Nikola Tesla.
Pretty important guy. Yeah.
Pretty important. Yep. But what a lot of people don't know is he was really, really close to inventing the radio. He didn't even know it himself.
I didn't know
so
that.
this is one of our very first demonstrations of wireless transmission.
How does it work?
So what we are going to do is we're going to use just power from the wall.
Yeah.
It's going to amplify that power, and it's going to discharge some electrons into this metal rod here.
Let's see some electrons discharge.
Absolutely. And
Let's
now,
do it. So
those
we're gonna plug it
electrons
in.
aren't going to disappear.
Okay.
It's actually going to make a really big invisible cloud around this Tesla coil.
Okay.
So that way when we put gas, there we go,
Didn't know what I was expecting.
into that field, we get our very own unofficial lightsaber. There we go.
Can I do this too?
Absolutely. There you go.
Oh, you put me on the pink or the dark side. I like that, the green and pink.
Yeah.
A little Wicked collaboration
There we
right there. No, I'm
go.
totally kidding. How cool is that? Again, the science behind maybe how lightsabers were formed if Star Wars was a real world.
Yes, your own
And we do want to show
lightsabers.
people Jabba the Hutt over there. We got
Absolutely.
Princess Leia.
Yeah.
You even have Han Solo in the carbonite.
Of course we do.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now, we mentioned all these. This is the biggest fan collection, one of them in the entire world. But you do have pieces that are from the actual movie.
We do.
What's in this container that clearly I'm not allowed to sit in and touch?
Yes, so this is Anakin's desk. This is one of our very few artifacts that are actually from the screen.
Wow.
So,
So
we're
this
super
was
excited
from
about it.
Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, when he was working on C-3PO. Was
Absolutely.
that correct, Edwin?
Yes.
When he was working on C-3PO and his Land Cruiser?
Yes.
Yes, good. We're having Edwin with the fact check.
Yes,
but then
of course.
older Anakin over there, when he starts to go to the dark
Yes,
side
there
with
we
his
go.
robes. You have Edwin's favorite character, Jar Jar Binks, right here. But then maybe one of his favorite villains, look at this, the life-size Darth Maul on this size over here. So it opens tomorrow?
It does
Michaela,
open tomorrow.
How do people get tickets?
They can go to our website.
Okay.
They can buy them at the door if they want to. We do encourage buying
Get it
them
ahead. This is going to be kind of popular. And this is in addition to general admission, just so
Yes.
you guys are prepared. But coming up, we have so much more to show you, including a life-size X-Wing.
Yes.
Is that what it's called, Edwin?
Yeah.
See, I watched Star Wars, but Edwin's on the fact check, guys. So we'll see you in the other side of the hour. So many cool props. Ooh, this is Han Solo's gun.
Okay, you keep having fun out there, King.
Getting ready for their opening of Unofficial Galaxies tomorrow, one of the world's largest Star Wars fan collections. And one man responsible for bringing what's on the screen to life is this man right here. We have Tim joining us. Tim, it's great to see you.
You too.
So Tim, talk about what you create. You make a livelihood out of making droids and robots.
Right. Yeah. It's more of a passion. I say art therapy for me. You know, I'm a retired veteran, and you know, one project turned into a next. Another project, and it goes from learning different things.
Yeah.
Every time I do it, I learn electronics. I learn different painting techniques, molding techniques. As you'll see, I've done things from everything from organic creatures to full animatronics.
Talk
and
about
robotics.
some of your creatures, because you have them all over the place in this room,
Right.
starting with this little guy on the ground right in front of Edwin.
This is Dio. Some of you might remember him from Star Wars. He's a full animatronic. There's not too many of them around, but yeah, he's been a fun character. This is the second generation. I have the first generation over here on display. So yeah, we've got one over here. This is my first one. But everything you see here, most of these robots are full functional robots.
So they actually work?
Yes, yes.
Wow. How long does it take you to create something like that, what we're showing on TV?
Chopper took me about 8 months.
8 months?
Yes.
And this is pretty unique because over here there's a fun story, again, for the Star Wars fans out there. They will recognize the upper portion of this at least.
Yes. This is a rickshaw droid. It's appeared in 2 different episodes. This one is representative of the one from the Book of Boba Fett.
Okay. Remember that.
But what's interesting about this is pretty much the only full-size rickshaw in the world. Lucasfilm, when they did half body and CGI the lower half of it for the film. But this one actually rolls.
Wow. So it actually works.
Correct. Yes.
That's incredible, Tim.
I've actually pulled my kids on the back seat of this. Well, they won't sit on that, but I've set them on the bottom here and pulled them around the house.
Man, and you look in here, it's not just in this room, but you have a couple pieces in the rest of the exhibit as well, right?
Correct. Yes. C-3PO and R2 over there are fully functional. Those are mine as well.
Look at that. And again, they're perfect recreations of what you see in the movie.
Yes.
Man.
That's my goal.
Yeah. I mean, if people want to find out more of your work, is there somewhere they can follow you online? Because what you do is pretty amazing.
Yes, Instagram, TKCC71_ is my Instagram. So I have a pretty good following on there. And you can see all the projects and the progress. I tend to post my progress of all the different things I build.
Oh, that's cool. So people can see you step by step make it.
If I'm working on something, for example, this Loth Cat over
here. Talk about
it. The Loth Cat's an animatronic as well.
This little fuzzy little cute creature right on top.
That's right, yes. The teeth and the mouth and the ears all move. The tail moves. So there's not too many of them. That was a video I posted of this. If you go to my Instagram, you'll actually see it on my shoulder.
Oh my gosh. Look at that. And then even like the C-3PO other version heads over there.
Yes.
Just so well put together. Again, it opens tomorrow. It runs through September. It's in addition to the general admission here at COSI. So make sure it's going to be very busy. Get your tickets ahead of time at COSI.org. And if just in case you didn't see the exhibit, you're just tuning in, we are going to give you a full tour coming up at 10 o'clock on Good Day Extra. Tim, thank you so much, man, for letting us come out here. We'll see you soon. We're going to toss it to break. Edwin, end on one of your favorites. You know what they're all called. Obi-Wan. There we go.